Special Intelligence Officer Lauren Vesper's rapid transit vehicle skims across the clouds. To many, this may seem an indulgence, coming to collect a prisoner yourself, no matter how important he may be. But Lauren is suspicious. He doesn't think Fort Calais was compromised, but there's something about it, and something about these devils indentured in general that he doesn't quite trust. Which is why he has his own little play to make. It's not the subtlest plan, but against people like this, you don't really need to be subtle. He smiled at the man across from him, a smile that never quite reaches the steely eyes behind his glasses. We'll be landing soon, Operative Asadado. Are you ready? Ah!
As ready as I was a few days ago, yes. Ruinera at this point is kind of vapidly, kind of just got his head cocked to the side, vacantly looking out the window, eyes invisible behind his sunglasses.
I was not expecting that accent. Lauren nods and says, Of course, I simply like to check in on my operatives. It's well, this is your first time going on such a long-term mission, isn't it?
I will admit I am not used to playing things in the long term, but I am comfortable in my abilities, yes.
He nods once and says, Excellent. Well, I have the highest of hopes for you. And then I think the camera slowly pulls out and shows the big old rapid transit vehicle, which is like a very, very like sleek, speedy airship that has like a... It's not small because it needs to be able to carry a Gestalt in it, but it's definitely nowhere near as big as Klaus's. And it somehow manages to make having a big old loading bay on it still look sleek. And
Why is Ruinera German?
why not, right?
I guess. That's me right now.
It's probably going to be a few sessions before I settle into the accent.
Yeah, you guys tolerated my poor Australian for the first few times, so.
Yeah, but that was funny.
For
This
the
is
first-
sad.
For
No,
the
okay.
first few times. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah,
Um,
Then we
Okay.
thought we should put rocks on your feet, throw you into an ocean.
So we see it starting to land, and then we cut over to the aforementioned Devil's Indentured. What are all of you up to
So I face.
after your harrowing battle turned to a lovely picnic last time?
So this is like right after the picnic?
Yeah, this is probably shortly after you got back.
That means that the trade-off has happened, right?
No, that would be happening basically, like, that's happening right next. That's why I just set it up.
Idea would have asked constant preparations that she should make.
Yeah, you can definitely be doing that. Or back, you probably have done that.
Yeah,
That's
so
the
like,
thing,
what-
right? Is that
what
you
would he
were
have
like,
said?
you have been doing that over the past, like, I don't know, like 4 days or whatever.
Yeah.
And then like you went out on this patrol and then got attacked and then came back and then like the transfer is about to happen. Yeah. I just like before we do the transfer, I just wanted a brief like, how's everyone up to? What's everyone doing?
I think that Laika is sitting on the top of the pub feed, eating lunch, sitting cross-legged as I'm assuming, is it moving or is it stationary right now?
I imagine it's stationary because we haven't gone to our next mission. It's like post the picnic. So
Okay, yeah. So
Right.
just
I
because if you remember, Leica didn't actually get to eat anything before storming off in a huff because of the political disagreements with the
yeah.
what do you call it?
true.
Well, yeah. You're right.
The soy face.
This is probably like the next morning because that was late.
Oh,
At
okay.
night.
Well, then it's normal
Okay.
lunch then. That was
Alright.
yeah.
Sorry, I should have
Go
added
ahead.
that in.
Liz is gonna come up and sit right next to him. She's got like a warm cup of cup noodles.
There we go.
Cup noodles for breakfast. Can you stop posting these horrible faces?
Okay. Okay. Anyways, so Leica looks and it's like, oh, hi. He just kind of like scoots over and is like, here. And he seems a little quiet. He's not talking too much. He's I don't know. He doesn't necessarily seem unamicable. He just seems a little like out of it. It's been a long few days.
So just kind of like watching like his body movements, noticing kind of his just demeanor right now, and you know, whole empath thing. She sort of picks up on that, and she's like, "Been really quiet. You've been thinking about the aftermath of that last battle, aren't you?"
Yeah. I've just been, you know, I guess not every battle's gonna be like that. I mean that was Schoen von Amberlo, and I don't know. I'll get used to it. I'm sure. And he just kind of like leans back a bit in the like. I'm assuming there's like a bench or two at the top of Pub Feed. Leans back on that and looks up at the clouds. I don't know if this is gonna be a big scene. No.
So she also looks out into the clouds. She also looks out into the clouds and rests her noodles in her lap. Those guys we fought last, in the ambush. If I was, if I'd fully bought into the whole Labarum versus Hooray thing, it'd probably all be paced by now.
Yeah, no, I agree. I'm not. Yeah, I guess I'm just coming down off of it still. Yeah, and like, I was not intending this to be a big old scene just because like it's quiet. There's not much to. I don't want to I don't want to not yes and you, but also right now. I don't know.
If you want to move on, we can move on from
I
here.
think that's a good. I think
Okay.
that's a good scene.
Where's Rev?
Where is Rev?
Rev's sitting at the bar with a book that Traveler left at Pub Feed. He is like trying really hard to concentrate on reading, but like after every paragraph or two, he like is like, wait, what? And then has to like reread it, and then he like puts it down for a second
Me,
and
I
takes a drink.
Confirmed
Yeah.
that Rev has ADHD.
So that's him trying to get through this like middle of last century novel about like a Labarum boxer that goes to Tatterdemalion.
That's good.
Yeah. Just chilling.
I love Megalobox.
Something like that, yeah.
What about Adea?
So, pointedly, the pot of chamomile tea that Adea almost always has boiling in the kitchen at about 6:30 a.m. isn't there. Usually that tea is boiling because she's just had a mug and gone for a 3-hour nap so that she can get up before noon like a functioning person despite having been up all night. However, upstairs, she's in a very measured way tried to give this aspect of chaos to her room, softly setting things askew and like budging a cupboard away from the wall, opening a bunch of the drawers, spilling out some of the contents without making any racket, just throwing about her blankets, making it look like a struggle happened. And then she goes to hide.
All right.
Wow.
I have a question for you. And we can do this as a flashback.
Sure.
Do you give any hints to Yeleni about what's up?
I tell her nothing.
Jeez.
Do we want, like, when was the last time you talked to her? Like, I
last
assumed
time-
you visited her after the last mission.
Yeah, the last time I talked to her, I think, was right after the Shone mission.
She was probably there at the award ceremony.
Yeah. It would have been after that, and it would have been Adea just kind of emphatically expressing to her that with Shone and Constant aboard, she doesn't want Yeleni to be there as a possible point of collateral if they should ever like compromise
As a
their holding
reminder,
cell.
you were not holding them aboard
Right,
pub
right,
feed. They were
right, no,
in
you're
a
right.
secure holding cell because this is a
They got
military
taken.
base.
You're right. My bad. I guess it would have been. Let me think. You know what? It was right after the award ceremony, and Adea was eating a lot more cake than she usually does to make sure that she couldn't talk.
Oh boy.
Probably seemed a little uncharacteristic, but
I was gonna say,
Go on.
it sounds like Adea's been acting very weird in general lately.
Yeah.
Like no signs of like hiding it or.
there's been a couple things that the people closer to her will pick up on, but a lot of people aren't aware of her eccentricities because they don't live with her, and that's where a lot of them manifest. So the people that would key into it the most would probably be especially Yeleni, except like there's also a lot of nervousness just in the general relationship.
Yeah.
Aside from her, Rev and Eliza definitely.
I think like Yeleni's a doctor. She's not a therapist. She's like a physical doctor, but she's still like, you know, general practitioners stuff. Like you get trained to like pick up on certain things. And so like I think she's been like sending you like a few gentle texts being like, "Hey, is everything okay? Like was that last mission okay? Like I can refer you to some people to talk to if you feel like you need it." And like not trying to press you, but assuming that like the reason you've been acting weird is because like going to war is hard.
I love the mental image of she just responds with "yeah," all undercase with a period.
Hold on, I need to roll something real fast.
Okay.
Is a high good or bad?
All right, so after each of those like gentle nudging texts, Adea responds with memes that are completely unrelated to try and divert the subject.
She's just Dave.
The other possibility, the one, was gonna be she purposefully tries to blow them up into relationship fights. Like what? You can't Can't accept me for so great that it's not that one.
Two
But
is the better. Two is
Yeah.
the better option.
2 is better.
Yeah, so I think she gets the hint and like allows you gracefully to change the subject, but like shot of her face just like looking concerned, her like I don't know, her hair's like wrapped up in a towel, she just got out of the shower. And it's like, well, maybe I can like broach this even more gently at a later date. Like maybe it'll be easier in person.
You know what would be hilarious?
What?
Yeleni's just like, you know what? I should really take this opportunity to pick up a psychology textbook.
Aww.
Time to broaden my credentials.
Leica is like digging around at the bottom of PubFeed and is like, is that a taxidermied seagull? And this is just a bunch of weird stuff in the bottom of it.
Yeah.
Disco Elysium reference?
But-
I was gonna say PubFeed would definitely have just like a random taxidermied animal just in like a storage closet somewhere.
Leica just finds a bunch of weird taxidermied birds and starts pocketing them.
Hey,
Not for things to drag, but
And
I
by-
do think. Sorry, what?
I was just gonna say, and like just displays them in his room. Just a bunch of birds.
A good point narratively here would be like, if Eliza and Rev have picked up on the weird ticks in Nadea's behavior, they could have a talk about them.
Or we forget about Adea and she fades into the annals of time.
Perfect.
I was actually thinking Rev would probably go and like not explicitly check on Adea, but like try and invite her to a workout. Because like
Aw.
Rev's
Oh.
like
you
Re-
could
like-
do- It,
Well-
I would love like one last like what's the word, like dramatic irony cut loose between Adea and someone else.
that would be kind of wild. I was just thinking because like Rev completed his like quit drugs, drive clocked, and he's like mildly on a self-improvement kick and has
Oh,
like
yeah.
sort of probably like picked up on Adea, like whether struggling or just being stressed out. Would probably go and be like,
Yeah. Could this happen the night before?
Yeah, definitely.
Sure, yeah, whatever.
I can kick drugs, you can kick cake.
Go ahead and start.
Well, I was sort of thinking that he would like, yeah, no, I don't want to
Wait.
like throw off your
I just realized something. Oh, darn it.
plan.
Doesn't someone have... Yes!
Mm,
Oh, no, wait, that's Adea. Shoot. How many beliefs does... Oh, yeah, okay. Eliza has 3 beliefs with Adea. I definitely still do the Rev, Adea scene, absolutely. I would just like to remind everyone that when you tick your belief clock one more time, you get to ask a truth relating to your beliefs about the character. And that might be a lot of fun if Adea's about to be leaving for a little bit. But you guys do what you want.
Oh yeah, no. If you want to go ahead, Robert.
It could be a 3-person workout.
Yeah. You could both cut loose simultaneously.
Oh, that'd be cool.
Or you could just be in this scene. Like, you don't... A scene between characters doesn't have to be a cut loose.
Yeah, but we're trying to get the EXP.
Yeah. So can it be like a sort of group training exercise or something?
Wait, hold on. So Rev's on a self-improvement stint. Does he just go to Eliza, who's already on a weekly P90X routine, and be like, yo, you want a P90X together?
I was gonna tie it into the book that Rev was reading, but
Okay, all right, that's fair.
I mean, I don't know like what's more interesting. I was gonna be like, so this block's saying this book, he's got this workout. It's pretty crazy.
So Eliza's the one that gets the EXP. So the
Well, I would
The burden of justification is on Robert's shoulders.
Eric, if you also want to cut loose and ask Eliza a belief, you can, even though
I don't. I'm saving my
Okay.
my downtime actions.
Well, no. That's what I mean. Is your down? I would assume that your downtime actions are with your other character, which means
Yeah.
that Adea gets her own downtime actions. Which,
I
like,
get.
probably not 3, just because like that'll take a bunch of time. But I have no problems at all if you want to cut loose with Adea. I just won't count that.
Eliza.
Eliza.
Wait, no, cut loose with Adea, as in Adea is the character.
Gotcha,
cut
yeah, no.
loose.
I think
Cut loose
it's
using
kind of.
Adea.
She's really like cold feet about her friends right now, and I don't think she's in the state of mind where
Okay.
she's gonna go to them.
If they're doing exercise, if they need someone to,
Well, we don't know if we're doing exercise yet. They haven't said anything.
Yeah,
I mean,
but
I
what
suggested
think-
like
Who's
a squad training thingy.
Yeah,
But-
and I was just gonna say is that if they needed someone to hold/blow the whistle and the stopwatch, etc., like it's got fucking covered.
Like it's
Sure.
just sitting in a deck chair.
Sure, you can
wearing
you can,
sunglasses and a tracksuit.
Has like a PSP.
Yeah, absolutely.
No, it's like a Game Boy Color. Come on, get
Oh,
wait,
you're right, yeah.
Wait. Rev has a Game Boy Color. Leica has a Game Boy Color with this giant fucking antenna on the back of it to like get games from like a different city. It's like at a
Like has a VPN.
Yeah, basically.
Wait, excuse me. Video game streaming is already bad in our like hyper internet future that we're living in.
Yeah, but that's
This
video
is
game
playing-
streaming.
Playing
That's
Mario
video game.
at
Hold on,
like
hold on.
1 frame per second.
No, playing Mario at like 30 frames per second because I'm not trying to play like a Titanfall 2.
Yeah, but
on, like,
Peloton particles. You're like it's
Yeah,
like
and that's the
skipping. There's like
equivalent.
rollback, like a bad.
Oh yeah,
fighting
absolutely
game.
there is.
All
Oh,
right.
100% there is. There's like
Okay.
rubber banding and shit, but like Leica has all the games that he could ever want.
You subscribe to the equivalent of Xbox Game Pass.
So Leica hacked into Xbox Game Pass.
All right.
That also ties into the special ability I got, which is
Someone
Compel.
start the scene, please.
Yeah.
Adea hears a knock on her door. It's like 9 p.m.
The door
Yeah.
opens a crack. Adea looks through. She's got a big, thick, creamy, cyan blue face mask on, and a towel wrapped around her head, and a robe on. She says, "Good morning."
It's 9 p.m.
My room
Darling.
doesn't have windows.
So you're just starting your day.
Yeah. What's up?
Well, I was just reading this book. It's about a boxer. He's got a real intense workout regimen. I've been trying to get off the drugs, and I thought, why not try it out?
Do we have the? Yes, we do, because I have like 6 pairs. Dea vanishes for a second, but her door's half open, and you can see the kind of immaculateness, the state that she keeps her room in. She comes back, and she's holding those, like, not the gloves, but the pads that people training kickboxers will have for them to hit.
Okay, all right.
And she's got the ones for your shins too, and one that goes around your waist, and also a helmet. And she just starts like dumping them into your arms. She goes and starts to get more. She's very clearly on board.
Oh, okay. Lovely. Why have I never seen you use these before?
I do use them. She opens her door a little more, and you can see a dummy that just has one of them hanging off its arms.
Oh
Leica's
No.
walking down. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
no. Yeah, I was just gonna make a sure. Yeah, go ahead.
All right. Leica's walking down the adjacent hall, holding like an eagle that's been taxidermied by like the kind of chest area. It's like, oh, hi. What are you two doing?
Some training, I guess. You go find a place for these, and I'm gonna get changed real fast.
I see that you found Wally.
Well, oh, looks down. It's just like, oh, they're all named.
Wait, there's more than one?
I mean, yeah, I put like 18 of them up in my room.
18?
18 is so many.
I just
No,
kept finding them.
I thought we just had the one.
No, there was a drawer full of like 12 sparrows.
Adea wouldn't let me hang it up in the bar, so I just chucked it into the supply closet. Maybe it had some babies.
Well, can I keep it?
Sure, I'm not doing anything with it.
Thanks. I can help you take some of those if you want.
Please.
And like buckles a little bit under some of the boxing stuff and takes them up to the training room. Trademark.
Yeah, our sick training room.
Sick training room. It's got spikes in flames and Hot Wheel flaming decals on the side.
So I guess
Yeah.
after a bit, Adea has headed up there after changing into basically just sweats and a wife beater, I guess. Don't worry, Yelene's safe for now. It's pretty stupid.
It's
is.
like the worst name for any
excuse me,
article of clothing
A black silk sleeveless shirt and a sports bra.
Call them.
Yeah, it's a pretty terrible name.
Call them tank tops.
You could call them tank tops.
Right, you can. I
They're
don't-
called tank tops.
Isn't
They're
it like
not.
a specific kind of tank top though? Isn't that why there's
If
a
you-
specific?
Yeah, if you beat your wife in it.
He's right.
White
All
beaters are
sorts of
generally
beaters.
white.
So does Eliza train at all? Like, is this something that she does?
She tries to keep a relatively active lifestyle because,
So she's probably already up in the training room.
yep.
Rev walks in, he's like, "Oh, Liz, that's my favorite thing about you. I never need to convince you to do any work unless it's the morning after a lot of drinking. But that's different."
Well, and she's like kind of like she's keeping a pretty brisk pace in her exercises. Gotta offset all the vices.
Leica's looking over at some of the a couple of the electronic kind of like lifters with it, show you the little digitized amount of pounds you lifted, and it's like nodding slowly. It's like, so is this like a squad workout?
Yeah, I thought, sometimes we've all got our own schedules. Doing a nice coordinated squad workout could be good for the team, morale and such. I can never work out well on my own because, you just give up after a few sets.
Yeah.
But if you have a buddy, then they can encourage you.
At this point, Adea comes in and just wordlessly starts passing out mouth guards.
Leica looks at it like you had just handed him an alien technology. He's like,
I've got flavored ones too.
what is this?
Stray foot. Don't want to knock your teeth out.
Oh, it's like a retainer. And Leica puts it on. I thought we were gonna lift weights.
Yes, the weight is your arm, and you're gonna lift it right into Adea's face. Or my face.
Adea goes and gets a bunch of the pads that the kickboxers are gonna punch, throws some to Eliza, and makes herself a target, I guess.
Before as this is being passed around, Leica gestures over to Rev and it's like, hey, Rev, check this out.
Yeah.
And walks over to like that electronic power lifter thing that I was talking about earlier. That has like one of those like adjusters that so you don't get killed by a dumbbell if you're lifting a lot. Puts his hand on it and it just says he's lifting like 600 pounds.
Oh, Mr. Strongman.
Yeah. I mean, I think that's a record or something.
Yeah.
And then he turns back around.
There's like a little. I'm assuming like next to this thing we have like a whiteboard of like like everyone's like PRs.
Yeah.
Revs is probably like the lowest.
Excellent.
Rev puts
Approve.
Leica puts his up. It's just in small letters, but there's 600 at the bottom of it. Anyways, back on topic. Let's beat the shit out of each other. Said out of character.
No, say that in
But
character.
also
Beat
in
the shit out of
character.
each other.
Let's beat the shit out of each other.
But maybe not.
Let's beat the bloody smoke out of each other.
Wow, that's worse.
And I guess we do it. Like does anybody
Yeah, I
think
think-
of anything in
we just
I
particular?
think this is a great time to roll.
Yeah, smashes a bottle of 40 on the ground. Everyone starts kicking the shit out of each other. People pick up knives.
Is this just a 1d6?
I mean, I feel like everyone should roll what their
Take the level
what
4
their-
harm.
What's it called in this game again? Struggle.
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 Oh god, okay,
You guys
sure.
never roll pilot action, so I never remember what they're called.
All right, 2d6. Take the
Hey, that's a
lowest.
6.
I got a 3.
2d6.
Wait, no, you
Take
got
the
Oh,
lowest.
you were take the lowest.
Yeah, but I
don't
got
have
five.
anything to
Okay,
struggle.
Rev gets his ass kicked.
Yeah.
Rev has a Wait.
Okay,
oh,
so Adea
Yeah.
destroys everyone.
Yeah.
So I like to think that Adea's just got like she's got the pads on her knees and her hands, and one that's jury rigged to the top of her head. And when they're going to punch them, like she punches into the hits hard enough that it's like jarring to their limbs, and probably at some point, because Rev's been reading the book, he's like, "Wait, that's not how you're supposed to do this," and Adea just like shrugs at him and keeps going.
Yeah, definitely. This was in the book.
afterwards,
She accidentally, reflexively just throws a boxing glove at Leica's head.
Leica is knocked over by this. As this ends, and like I think that like Leica just has like the like guard up, kind of like attempting to bob and weave, but just kind of like getting hit. It's more like whack-a-mole than anything else. Afterwards, when everyone's like chilling out a bit, got their water, Leica sitting on the treadmill is like, "Hey Adea, hey Eliza, watch this," and turns the treadmill on with compel at like max, if not max plus level, and just launches himself across the thing, like across the mat, and slides on it. It's just like
So he slides by Liz, whose eyes just follow him in the sort of like fashion, like you know how it's shot in the anime, where
yeah.
he's just a still frame shot sliding across the screen.
Yeah. That is exactly what that would be.
It does the GTA wasted.
And she's just like, cool. Kind of like
Better-
inwardly thinking that's like a gross misuse of this equipment.
Adea goes over to make sure nothing went wrong with the treadmill belt.
The treadmill belt. The treadmill is like making a clicking sound it never made before, but other than that, it's all right.
That doesn't sound good. That sounds like
That's okay.
The thing,
Hey.
one of the little thingies slipped.
Nah, it's okay. Just add another couple hundred ball bearings in there. It'll go smooth like no time. But yeah, that was good.
Yeah, I'm good with that.
Do
Yeah,
we all
um,
roll cut loose?
I think
Yeah, who's cutting
Yeah, wait.
loose here? Who is
I-
this?
I-
so
I think
Rev's definitely cutting loose.
I'm
Um,
cutting you, Rev. with a
I'm
knife.
cutting loose so I can get that fourth belief in Adea.
Yeah, same.
Yeah.
Which means we need to have like a second little Eliza Adea scene, which would be fun.
Yeah.
So
Like
is
our
that
cooldown.
is that
Yeah.
1D?
No, it is
Six?
your number. It is the number of beliefs you have with the Dea, so it's 3d6.
3D6.
Wait,
So there's
why
a-
do you only have 2 stress?
Because I'm bad at managing my shit.
I could
Um,
have sworn you had more than 2 stress.
How much do you think I had?
I don't know. When I looked at it later, oh, dude, you're gonna overindulge.
Maybe
Just roll a 2 or a 1.
on a 3d6.
I thought for sure you had.
Yeah.
You are going to overindulge.
Do it. That'll be funny.
Okay,
It'll be
real
lit.
quick. How much stress did you think I had?
I thought you had. I must have been looking at Adea's sheet. Because I continue to confuse the two of you.
I push myself a lot.
Roll that 3d6, big boy. Yeah.
Oh yeah, you have 2 stress. Okay, as a reminder, the consequences for overindulging
Are
are
funny.
1 second. Oh no, they're
Is
right
there
here
any-
on the page. Yeah, attract trouble, roll an additional entanglement, which would be bad. Lose 2 trust with your patron faction. Vanish for a few weeks, which it'd be very fitting if Adea was the one who overindulged. And impropriety, reset your relationship with the pilot that joined you to 0.
Oof.
Oof.
It'd be funny if Eliza left too, and it's just Rev, Leica, and Ruinera
Okay.
all sitting on a single
Eliza's like,
table
"Can I
eating
come with
Triscuits.
you? Take me with you.
Like all you could hear is the clock ticking in the background as they all stare desperately at each other to
Wait.
start conversation.
Wait. I might have a way to finagle this.
Oh yeah?
Oh, yeah?
Adea, what's your stress right now?
It's oh
like
yeah,
8.
you're right. No, I'm just gonna dump my stress into you.
Oh?
You can do that.
I have
the
carry that
ability.
weight.
Oh, yeah, you
When
do.
When you have a personal moment with someone, you can take any amount of stress up to your max
Oh my
to heal that.
Take
personal-
6.
That's so funny.
Take 6 stress.
Oh,
guess there's
hold
not-
on. We need to. This needs to be. You guys gotta role play this out. How does Adea dump all her stress onto Eliza?
How do you do that, Adea?
So Eliza, while we're training, you start to notice that
Also,
Adea's punches.
real quick, sorry, just mathematically, you should only do 4 because when Adea eventually comes back, she'll have cleared all her stress, and you don't need to go higher than 6 to avoid overindulging.
I know, but I'm giving him 6.
Okay,
That's
okay. I
fine.
mean, I think Eliza gets to choose.
Oh, okay. What do you want,
So it's
Eliza?
up to you, Robert. If you want to take 6, take it. But that'll put
I just
you
want to
at
make
8.
sure that I overindulge so that I go AWOL.
Oh, I thought you didn't want to cut loose with Eliza.
No, that's also what this was.
Okay, cool. Let's ask some truths about each other and get XP.
So just to describe what this is, Adea doesn't talk to you at all, Eliza, but the punches behind the pads that you're catching them on are really, really fucking hard punches. And to the more perceptive eye, there may be some tears mixing with the sweat on her face.
So Liz is like looking between Adea's face and the punches that are incoming, doing her best to block them, using her usual like passive combat fighting technique to divert blows and stuff. But she does notice that they're coming in hard, and she knows that like she's being the punching bag here, and through like kind of like hyperventilating and perspiring, she's like, I didn't say something I didn't say something rude last night, did I? As she's just taking these punches as best she can.
I think you don't get any answer immediately, but after she kind of backs off, she spits out her mouth guard into her hand and is just breathing heavily and avoiding eye contact. And she says, "Nope."
Liz is going to tilt her head a little and be like, is this Yelini thing? Because I'm not the best person you should be asking romantic relationship advice with.
Well, a little bit.
Liz kind of looks down and then she like nods and then like raises her stance again, basically inviting Adea to throw a few more hits.
She just goes and gets the two of their water bottles.
Her shoulders just kind of like fall to relax after Adea leaves their little fighting ring. Good talk.
Eliza, how do you see yourself getting out of this?
Liz takes a towel and slings it over her shoulder and looks at the corner of a ceiling. And it's kind of a little bit of just this dismayed chuckle. Well, I can't really run. What's her name that pilots the Devil's Due? Shit.
The what now? Are you
You're
think?
talking about the Path Noir? What's the Devil's Due? We're the
Or-
Devil's Indentured. Are you talking about MCL?
I'm talking about a NPC.
Yes.
Yeah,
There's
whi-
no
in
mech
which
named
faction?
the Devil's Due.
Okay. I'm trying to find the list of glossary, R&D, captain,
It's factions
Sorry.
and squads. It's the first tab.
factions and squads.
Are you talking about
this
Klaus?
is such a hard thing to navigate. Trying to find the group that does the they're the kind of debt collector group.
Oh, accountability core.
The
So
accountability.
you're right. It is the Devil's Due. You are absolutely correct. I'm sorry.
I'm trying to. Okay.
It's
account-
Kipr's Venhart.
Thank you. So she's like, well, I can't really run away. Venhart made sure of that. When I see it, and she kind of slumps into a little bit of a slab squat, looking towards Adea. Just gotta keep punching forward, and hopefully things will change enough if you punch in the right direction.
So Adea's kind of nursing her water bottle, sitting up against the wall with her knees kind of raised up to her chest and her other arm wrapped around them as she just looks at the floor thoughtfully.
I imagine how this is framed is that there's this big wide space and the two of them are like way far apart from each other.
Yeah, that sounds right.
I want to find out who's really driving this war on the Labarum side.
Adea finishes up the water bottle and she stands up and walks away.
Adea, she calls out.
What's up?
See you tomorrow, right?
Yeah, bright and early. They're coming in for the trade, so
And we can call scene there.
Wait, are you not? You're not asking your questions and getting your truths?
Oh, we have to do that in character.
Yeah, I mean that's a thing that your characters learn.
All right, all
About
right,
each
all right.
other.
So backtrack a little. Let's see. I have to mark my fourth belief and then ask a question about one of my beliefs. Fourth belief.
Oh yeah, roll also.
Also roll.
3d6.
Okay.
Did
Wow.
did you decide how much stress you were taking from Medea?
If I only need to take 4, I'll take 4.
All right.
Same for me. It makes no difference to me, rather.
All right. So Medea, get rid of 4.
So
Before she leaves, then.
all right. So the thing that confuses me on my sheet is that there's like 3 lines put down beliefs,
Yeah. Yes.
and now I have a fourth belief.
Oh, you don't. You tick it the 4th time, and it says ask a truth relating to a belief, mark XP, and reset the clock to 1. So you ask a question related to one of these and learn a truth about this character, and then delete 2 beliefs and go back down to 1.
Go
so
back
you
to
keep, you answer one of them, get rid of one, and then choose to keep one.
Okay. All right. So she. All right. So she calls out, Adea.
No, this is before she leaves.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
So we're like rewinding. Ignore Adea leaving.
Okay. All right. I've never done this before.
It's okay. It's okay.
I guess how I would ask this truth is the belief is that Adea is brash and very kind of like charges forward with her head. And she made that sentiment about just, I'm just gonna keep punching and hopefully that, I punch in the right direction. And she's like, what do you think? Has that ever worked out for you?
I put too much thought into things. Even if it might seem like I'm always putting myself up as a wall to keep those around me from getting hurt, or to be this force that the people we're opposing have to reconcile with. It's always kind of for underlying reasons. For that specific example, it's in a way to test the Tainted Empire as much as it is myself. My curiosity in it hasn't really abated from the first day I took it. And to be frank with you, I'm a little disappointed in the lack of progress I've had in that specific direction. But no, I don't think I can do that. I don't think I can keep punching in the direction that Labarum is turning me to face. The direction of the punches matters a lot to me.
Liz kind of like looks away, lips firm. She sort of absorbs that truth that Adea is not the headstrong, punchy person that, her initial impression was, that she actually puts a lot of thought behind what drives her actions, and that she's a lot more introspective than she lets on.
I'm rubbing my hands together.
Can you promise me something?
Liz stands up and looks at Adea, kind kind of just sort of like listening.
And the belief that this truth is going to be tied to is thanks for taking the branches for me, Eliza. I hope I paid it back with the talk in my room. And she says, keep chasing that connection. You know. And she taps her temple with a finger. The thing you get when
Oh.
people around you die. Don't let go of that. There's a reason you have it. I'm a little jealous.
Um,
And I guess the truth that I want to know is how prepared is Eliza to do that?
Liz, she doesn't really have anything to lean against, but she definitely seems like kind of like those words moved her to an extent. Her eyes fall under her bangs, the shadow falls over her face. It drives me I've tried to do whatever I could to block it out. I tried to distance myself from people, turn to drink, told myself no more fighting. Something happened 20 years ago. I was on a scouting deployment with a team. We didn't expect any resistance. We thought that the area was secure and this was all going to be routine, but there were dissenting elements who opposed Labaram's control over the region, and they struck suddenly. It became a massacre. I was not ready. The stress overwhelmed me, and that thing, and she taps at her head, it just overwhelmed me. I felt so lost in the screams and the torment, hearing the wailings of the dead, and I just wanted it all to stop. I did horrible things to make that happen. Told myself never again.
So what's the takeaway here? Is it that Eliza is not going to pursue that?
She thinks about a day's words, and she says, but I don't think I spent 20 years running from it, but I don't think things will improve that way. I think somehow, some way, I'm going to have to learn how to face it. Both what I did and how I can best put my mom's gift to good use. So
There's
she's
also
definitely thinking about it. Anyway, go on.
there's also there's a lot of sodium in those cup noodles, so you should drink extra water. And that is when she walks away, and they have the see you tomorrow, yep, etc.
Yeah.
So if
Make sure to mark XP, both of you.
If
How
she
much?
walked away,
One.
One.
You should get 1 XP. Also, Robert, roll 3d6, please.
Yep.
I'm gonna laugh if this is like all ones or something. Ah, there's 6. Perfect. Excellent. 0 stress, right?
Yep.
Great. Adea, please roll 3d6 also.
I did. I got the 6 up above Lyca's.
Oh, I didn't see that. That's very. You rolled that a while back.
Boo, 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 boo.
Okay. Do we want to do the prisoner transfer now?
Can I still do my cut
Yes.
loose? Because I didn't ask
Yeah.
my question. All right, I'll just do the 2d6 now, so I get it out of the way. This will be a quick scene.
Oh wait, you don't have a.
Oof.
Oh, I
Hmm?
see. Never mind. Never mind.
I guess I'm gonna have to do it.
You're gonna have to cut loose again. You know what? That's fine. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's actually all right. It's
Yeah,
better,
if I
it's
just-
better
yeah.
that you roll low. If you're cutting loose twice, it's better that one of them is a low roll.
Yeah, definitely.
Rev, who are you cutting loose with?
Well, this scene,
Yeah, this is the
In
scene
my
that we
head.
did already.
it was
Hawkins.
going to be Adea because I was going to ask her a question before she goes bye-bye forever
Yeah,
world.
she's going to the kennel.
I can't believe
Yes.
Adea's dead.
Days dead.
Oh, Rev, you can't do that. Or like, you can ask whatever you want, but mechanically you don't get the truth thing because you only have 2 beliefs with Adea.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
it's for when it
I
fills
see.
up. Because Adea and Eliza
Okay.
cut loose with each other a lot.
That's true. Well, that's fine. I just wanted to ask a fucking roleplay question for that sweet, sweet EXP.
Is there a
You'll have
house?
to wait until
So-
she gets back.
Oh, wait, you're right. Oh no, I
Yeah,
forgot that the
you
EXP
don't
you don't
have-
get.
yeah.
Right.
You get
well,
the, you get the
I mean,
XP when
I mean the
it
role
fills.
playing XP at the end of the session.
Well, sure.
Yes.
Oh
Um. So I guess I don't know. Does this happen like as she's walking out, or like before the whole exchange with?
Well, I don't know what
Eliza.
you want from her.
Probably just gonna make like a comment along the lines of like, "Jeez, Adea, you really fucking socked me in the side of the noggin."
And I
Fair.
also brought you up a mouth guard and a face mask. It's your fault you didn't wear them.
Well, you know how it is. I don't wear. Rev doesn't wear protection.
Oh my god.
Jeez.
Rev gets the first flirtatious look from Adea he's probably ever gotten.
That one just landed in my lap.
All right.
Rev probably has to laugh at himself for making the joke too. But then says, you know, those days when I owed someone money, or got into a bad fight, or I got fired from my job, as we usually.
Wait, is Rev a pirate now?
What? Wait, what?
You said me job.
Oh, sorry, that was just me butchering Australian.
job.
But you know, the nice thing about Tatterdemalion is that I have a free pass to both speak
It's
Australian
true.
and like a pirate because
It's
they are
true.
both.
It's true. There are space pirates in Tatterdean.
But I think Australians some dialects. Anyways, those were the days that I usually would get the most speeding tickets. Kind of raises an eyebrow at her.
Let's see. So I guess she just raises both of her eyebrows and says, "Are you firing me? Can you do that? I mean, I know you're like the chief or captain pilot now or whatever, but
Now I'm not firing you. All I'm saying is, it's usually the days when I've got something going on that it tends to come through in my bad habits the most. Now, do you understand what I'm saying?
Adea opens her mouth and then closes it and kind of measures her response before saying, "I think you're just taking the punches a little too personally, Rev. You did see the match between me and Eliza, after all."
No, I mean, I don't worry about how hard you punch me in the face. I've come to expect it. But you've been acting a little like I've never seen you eat so much cake in my life yesterday.
Yeah. So at this point, it's pretty clear that Adea's being pretty dodgy with it.
Yeah.
Do you want to like really hammer it in? You can. I don't care.
No, I think Rev is just gonna like wait for like acknowledgement of the concern and then probably dial it back. He just wants to have reached the point of like doing the friend duty of asking, but is not gonna like hammer it into her.
The smile fades, and probably from Laika and Eliza's perspective, Adea and Rev are looking at each other motionless for probably like 3.5 to 4 minutes, just deadpan, and she says, "I'm fine, Rev."
Well, all right, just don't do anything stupid, all right? That's how I ended up here.
If anything, it's your fault for being a good baker. The cake, I mean.
Rev shrugs, smirking. What can I say? Thank Mom for the recipe.
Thank you, Rev's mom. Your son doesn't wear protection. And he walked out.
He like bursts out laughing as she walks away.
By the way, I just need to let you know, Rev, you are getting XP for expressing your history with the "I don't wear protection."
Rev's son shows up as a character. Rev didn't know they were a character.
Oh god, if we were doing like the CW drama version of this game, absolutely.
Oh yeah.
I mean, Traveler did neither, and that's how Rev happened.
Traveler's not
was
his
his
dad.
uncle.
Oh, whoops! I thought that was his straight up dad.
No.
No, uncle.
Aren't Rev's parents dead?
No, I think they're just separated.
Okay.
I thought you said aren't Rev's parents dead because they needed protection.
Rev's dad is
It's
some like
Eliza's. It's sorry.
asshole
It's
who
well, it's
goes to
Eliza's.
yeah.
Parents. It's also Adea's parents who are dead.
I want to correct you.
Yes. Oh, sorry. Eliza's mother may or may not be alive.
I literally haven't given a single thought to Adea's mom. She might be alive, I don't know.
Okay.
Well, you both got dead dad. Rev just
Robert
has
handed
shitty
me
dad.
the silver bullet to shoot him with at some point. Of like,
What
I don't
about-
know where Eliza's mother is.
What if Adea's mom was in the hospital for sickness?
Moving on. Because it's 5:25.
Well, I mean, we did start late, so we'll play late as well.
Again, my bad.
It is okay.
Had to help a neighbor round up a dog.
Ah, that is kind of you. Okay, prisoner transfer. What? You can just... I'm giving you this, Eric. This can be, like, as sick as you want it to be. In terms of, like, this is just, like, a free long-term project completion. Imagine. Like, how does... When Constant and Shone are being brought to the rapid transit vehicle, like, what happens?
So
Actually, sorry, I guess just to set it up a little bit more, like, you're all invited to this because it's like, you're the ones that brought him in, it's like kind of a decent deal, like, you're like the honor guard or whatever, so you could be there in your mechs, you could not be, it depends on what your plan is, Eric, but yeah, it's
I
just
guess
like, they're being, let me just finish setting
problem.
this up, they're being, like, marched out from the compound with like a few soldiers guarding them, and we see Lauren Vesper and Ruinera like standing by the rapid transit vehicle, like on the runway.
In my imagination, Constant would have already left.
Okay. So I guess nothing I said happens then. So you broke Constant out of jail like the night before then?
Can Constant have, since he's like a shadow agent,
That,
can he have another Gestalt that nobody knows about?
oh my god. Yeah.
And
Yeah, they probably can.
Yeah, that
And-
sounds right.
somebody he knows
Hey.
somebody they know is able to get it to PubFeed under experimental camouflage because they're given the
Oh.
coordinates by Adea.
Yeah, that's cool. I have to think about what this mech is.
It's a sick praying mantis thing.
Sure, okay. 1 second. You keep going. 1 second for me as I just pull up this thing. Or is that everything?
Yeah, and then there's the commotion in Adea's room
like
to
it just
signify
like
that she was
cuts.
kidnapped.
Does it just like cut the hole in the wall?
Yeah,
like, break
that's
out?
fucking sick. That's sick as hell. And also there's some strategically placed like depleted tranquilizer canisters just lying around in the mess in Adea's room to signify that she was shot.
Oh. Yeah, okay. Oh, yeah, okay. Wait. You're not faking your death, though. It's just to make it look more like
No,
a fight.
no.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is it... Do you, like draw blood?
No. Nothing that extreme.
Okay, it's just, like, it may be suspicious
Adea
that
probably
there's
brought it
bullet-
up to Constant, and Constant was just like, no, shut up. We don't need that.
Alright. Okay, here we go. There is a mech in Partisan called the Ataraxia, which is exactly the thing you just said. It's a big, cool praying mantis mech. I will put it in the Discord chat. So I'm just literally stealing this.
Oh, that's
So-
so cool.
It's
So-
really cool. Shout
It's
outs to
just
Simon
Mecha
Sweetman, who drew this. He's very good.
So events as they play out is that or how we are supposed to believe that they played out is that Constant was able to slip out of his cell, get in a struggle with Adea, and now there's a big
a
old
hole-
hole in.
A hole was cut in well, maybe let me think. Because the hole wouldn't be cut in Schoen von Wait.
Yeah.
They're being held separately.
Yes, they
That's
are
how this
being
works.
held in separate
Okay,
cells.
yeah. It's cut in Constant's room, and then Constant is given something that allows him to
Them.
get out of his own get out of their own cell, and they take Adea as hostage so that they can bargain for Schoen.
So we still have Shown.
Well, Labarum will still have Schoen.
As a note,
okay.
I don't think Adea is not worth shown. I don't think
I know.
Constant would include that in. I think Adea's capture is like presumed to be for something different.
Okay, that's realistic. too.
Oh, wait. Hey, are you leaving Orson behind?
Yes.
Okay.
Unless you think it's cool for me not to, I just have no idea how they're. Maybe they take the
Well,
maybe they extract
thing
the
I
core.
was going to say is that maybe the reason, like the cover up for why Adea gets like quote kidnapped unquote, is because they want Orson.
Yeah, I like that too.
Because then in that case, that's like kind of retconning your like beat up in her room situation. But it may be an even less suspicious thing if like, oh, like you fought them like valiantly and they got defeated and captured.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Like Adea went after them.
Yeah, cause okay, so the problem is like maybe because it's really hard to keep that sort of thing localized without suspicion.
Right.
Maybe I want to say Constant went to Adea to get the information on how to extract Orson. She wouldn't give it to them, so they took her instead.
Okay. So Orson is still staying behind then.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, it could be instead of how to extract, it's more like what powers Orson.
Like what's going on? Why do you pilot a rock?
Yeah. Okay, that all works. Okay, so instead, it's like... God, I gotta think about how this... Okay, I'll like rapidly montage some of the stuff here. So, you guys are woken up at like literally before dawn, by like armed soldiers who are like, we have terrible news. And you're dragged to like a briefing thing, like people are freaking out, there are like phone calls being made, and like an officer informs you that like your friend has been kidnapped. And like, it's like they broke out, like we don't know how this could have happened. Meanwhile, this is like literally right before like the rapid transit vehicle lands like at the crack of dawn, and like a shot of a extremely sleep bleary-eyed officer talking to Lauren Vesper and Asadado, being like, we can't believe this happened, we're like, this is a travesty, like we're deeply like, I think this officer is like taking the fall basically and is going to be demoted. I think Lauren and Asedado share a very significant look, as Lauren's basically like, I knew something like this was going to happen, like this confirms my suspicions. And go on.
Ruinera doesn't actually return the glance, like physically,
Okay.
but Lauren knows that he looked at them, her, him.
Lauren Vesper is he.
Looked at. That wasn't clear. I didn't hear what you said.
Lauren Vesper is he, him.
Thank you. He looks at him through the sunglasses. Outwardly, it doesn't look like he's too shaken up, but it is a look of significance that Lauren is like emphatically aware of.
I added Lauren Vesper, by the way, is one of your contacts, which I thought was funny to retroactively make him a contact, because now a person who can be a contact with him is part of the squad, you know. But I also just added him to the State Unseen sheet. Yeah, so this happens, and then I think like Shone still gets like brought out and taken aboard the ship, and like you three, like bleary-eyed and worried, are brought up to them and to them both, and Lauren is like, this is not your fault. I apologize on behalf of the administration of this base. There will be investigations. I am deeply sorry for your friend's disappearance. And like inwardly he smiles at how perfect this is. I would like, as a way for us to express our condolences, to fill the missing... I am offering to fill the missing role in your squad with one of my top operatives. And,
Wait, so he's in on the like the whole op of like Idea being fake?
No.
Okay.
Oh,
no,
he's
he's not.
smiling
This just works
because
out.
fate has made this work out even more perfectly for like, oh, this is kind of weird. Like, this is it's like a team of 4 is a good pilot team. Like, often pilots are in teams of 4, teams of 4
Okay.
or 5. And so, like, it like works even perfectly if it's like, ah, yes, the team of 3 is small 2P pilots. Like, that's, you started out like that because, like, you were kind of, you were nothing, but you were like low on the totem pole, so to speak.
Right.
But
Okay.
Anyway, wait. Oh, because wait, what is there no special? Like,
Runeara's got 14 action points.
did Eric
And
might not have
few
counted wrong?
special
We'll
abilities.
figure this out later, okay, Fergus?
Alright, I guess it
If
doesn't matter.
I counted wrong, you can have extra XP. Don't worry.
No,
about
I don't
it
really
right
want
now,
it.
okay?
I was just so confused. Sorry.
Okay.
Not yet. Maybe.
Runeara would have gotten a few extra XP because he was made later, right?
I don't
Because
know.
it's
I'm
2 times
just-
the number. Anyway, I'll do the math after I finish being a GM here.
Okay.
God, I completely lost my train of thought with that question. Sorry.
Well, that's
yeah,
why
it's kind of why I tried to suppress it.
I was just asking about why Mr. Officer Man was
No,
smiling, and then you answered the whole thing
Yes.
about like the 3 to 4 pilots.
Yes. So yeah, he like gestures to Ruinera, and says, I will begin the paperwork for the transfer immediately. I can attest to Ruinera being a top pilot. His mech is somewhat
He holds up a hand
unorthodox.
to stop him. And you see the glint of his sunglasses settle on you, Rev, and he says, Captain Scafander, I am Officer Ruinera Cidado. We will have a long and fruitful relationship. And he gives him a little bit of a smile before putting his hand back down. Paperwork should not take too much time. And I shall require approximately an hour to make my own accommodations on PubFeed, if that is agreeable.
Rev like looks like he's trying to be accommodating, but is like clearly still I guess disoriented by like the way that everything's going.
Yeah.
And he just like tries to give like a yeah, sure, that's fine.
Liz decides to pick up on this, and she steps in and is like, well, if you like, I can give you the $10 tour.
That will not be necessary.
She opens her mouth to say something, and then just her arm falls. All right, you do you, I guess. She looks back at Rev like she doesn't say it, but there's a little bit of dismay on her face.
Yeah, Rev just like kind of shrugs and like settles into his chair. And then he turns back to the officer.
Chair?
And
Chair?
Yeah, they're out in the open.
You
Oh,
guys
yeah.
are
In the
standing on a
briefing room anymore.
runway.
oh,
Just to
okay.
be
For some
clear.
reason,
Chair.
okay. I
Red
imagine
brought
just,
his
like, in
own
an
chair
office
to
or
the red
something.
way.
no. Okay, for some reason I pictured us being like in an off. I don't know
That's
why.
understand-
Like
you were in an office during the montage, but like these two are standing in front of their rapid transit vehicle.
Wyatt has kept you
RTV.
guys as discombobulated as your characters feel.
Okay, well, as long as Rev isn't in like
Yeah.
monkey in a business suit mode with like being in an office.
No.
Oh, is that what's going on?
Oh my god.
No. We're not in an office. That's what I thought. We're standing on a runway.
Okay. All right.
So Rev leans in like to the officer, like just slightly aggressively, not like intentionally, but just like as a product of his wonderful being.
Hmm.
And he says to the officer, Replacement? You mean we're not conducting a search?
Oh, don't worry. We're doing that. But in the meantime, he shrugs a little bit and says, with the added responsibilities of your team, I assume it would be conducive to have a fourth Gestalt in your roster.
Yeah, I mean that makes sense. Just tell whatever brass you got that when you find out who did it and where they are, that we're the ones going on the mission.
Of course. In fact, you will be even more qualified with Ruinera with you.
Acidado.
What does that mean?
I think like Lauren gives Ruinera a look, or gives Acidado, Ruinera / Acidaro
okay.
a look of being like, don't you get mouthy with me, Private.
Laika's just kind of standing a few meters back in like a pea coat.
You're
just
not a
kinda,
private, but like it has that vibe. Sorry for...
looking at the exchange and like looks at Ruinera Acidado. I'm gonna say the full name every time, and just kind of like looks vaguely worried, but more like it's more like you know the feeling of like when one of your parents' friends comes over and you don't know them. Not in an infantilizing way, just more like
No, I
who's this
gotcha.
strange weirdo and why are they gonna be in pub feed?
Yeah, we can move forward from here now. We can like end this scene here now. if you would
Actually,
like.
There's a bit of an uncomfortable silence as like maybe Laurent is doing the paperwork in front of them, and Ruinera says simply, "I sense a lot of discomfort at this table. Perhaps one of you would like to ease the tension with your concerns. Is there something offsetting you about me?"
Someone get a
Now,
degreaser.
look, Ruinera,
Acidado.
Shut up.
wait, you want me to
Sorry,
call you by
yeah,
your
no.
full name?
I'm going to be calling you Captain.
All right, no problem. Ruinera Acidaro. Rev. Okay, it's hard to speak in a different language when you're doing an accent. All right. Anyways, look. Sorry if any of us seem like we're not taken to you. You know, I want to speak for the others when I say that we're just a little shaken up. I wouldn't take it personally.
I can assure you that I do not. Unfortunately, as statistics tend to be with kidnappings, as soon as a secondary location is involved, well, he just
Straight
brings up
up.
a paper cup of water and
He
drinks
brings up a
from it.
paperclip full of money.
Wait, secondary location?
I ain't gonna let them take me to a secondary location.
Arctire is not here, is she?
No. What's your point?
He shakes his head slightly and says, I suppose to be a little more comprehensive. When a kidnapping takes place and the victim is taken to a secondary location, see, not a pub feed, death is the usual state that they are recovered in.
Did he drink British juice?
Like I said, it's going to take a couple sessions for the accent to settle.
Okay, it's just funny.
Best to make your peace now. We will, after all, be in the field.
Right, okay. You asked for things. that we find off-putting about you. List was empty. That's the first thing.
I mean, so like Liz is just lighting up a cigarette and looking off to the side, and she's like, I guess it's just really sudden. Caught us off guard, but yeah, looking forward to seeing what you can do.
I have a question. There wasn't anything particularly suspicious about Arctire, was there?
Well, I got used to the floating dolls after a while. It's a very poker face joke that she
Yeah.
makes. Still don't know about the bloody faucets though.
Ruinera just kind of looks at Laurent with one eyebrow raised above the sunglasses before looking back.
I've been pronouncing it Laurent, but I like Laurent a lot better, so that's going to be canon from now on.
Just will his name different.
So she's just like, she exhales exhales from her cigarette and she's like, it's a joke. I don't know.
Answers are not necessary, just something to think on. It will aid the investigation. It is getting quite blustery out here. I believe I'll head inside.
Leica follows suit and goes in first because he's closer to the door. Just kind of slips in.
Liz is gonna give their prisoner exchange friend a salute, like a good Labarum soldier. And she's gonna follow Rev inside, but she's gonna kind of like be up close to Rev as she follows him inside, just to kind of like talk over his shoulder, just quietly. It's like, what do you make of this guy?
Seems real stiff. Like he's keeping us at arm's length.
Hmm.
Ooh.
I don't like what my gut's telling me, but too
No.
soon to be sure, and we can't really look a gift horse in the mouth, now can we?
Oh, I'll do my best to think of him as a gift.
That's all she has to say on the situation right now.
Yeah, Rev is just very grumbly about the fella.
So, if nobody else is going to do anything, I'd like to use my first downtime action.
Sure.
Excellent.
So Ruinera immediately heads into the hangar after setting up shop in a very clinical room that's just got like a military cot used as a bed and no decoration. He immediately heads to the hangar and begins poking around the Tainted Empire. I would like to make the long-term
Well,
project.
That's why you wanted the Tainted Empire left behind.
I would like to make the long-term project research into the Tainted Empire's nature.
Cool.
I actually just as a quick continuity thing to note on recording, I changed what I picked from compel to broadcast from the empath playbook.
Okay.
Just so there's no confusion in people listening.
Is what Ruinera is doing particularly like loud or like
So to start off, he's just doing it with a clipboard. So no.
okay?
However,
Oh.
he's not really stealthy about how he moves about PubFeed, and he doesn't treat it like a home. So it's pretty clear when he's moving around.
I have a question.
What's up?
So, none of you have to live on PubFeed. You probably have you have quarters on there because it's like a long range vehicle. Like it's supposed to act as a mobile base. But do you move into pub feed, or do you live on base and just have quarters on pub feed for longer missions?
Liz lives on pub feed.
No,
because she's a
Yeah.
hobo.
I know you all do. I'm asking
Okay.
Ruinera.
Oh,
He's actually I want a little scene. Maybe at some point everyone's eating at the bar and Ruinera's not because he eats his own food on his own schedule, and he just kind of comes in the middle of the meal and says, "I noticed while I was setting up my cot that you seem to have permanent residences here."
yeah.
Yeah, did they not brief you on our deal here?
Leica's reading a book next to the bar.
Would it make you comfortable if I were to adopt the same behavior?
Knock yourself out. Sure.
I mean, like, not if you're doing it for us. Do what makes you comfortable, I guess.
He brings up his clipboard. He's still wearing sunglasses indoors, and he just jots a few things down. Oh, it will make me quite comfortable. Thank you. And he keeps walking.
Leica looks at Rev like,
Yeah.
what the fuck?
Like,
Liz is also looking at Rev like, what the fuck?
I'm guessing there's like a moment where like Ruinera like turns and like walks, and then like Liz, Rev, and Leica all kind of like lean in together, and like Rev does like a ugh, like when,
Yeah.
when Ruinera says that.
Leica just says, "Yeah, we gotta kill this guy." No, I'm joking.
How many steps is this clock? For the long-term
You
project.
don't. I was looking at your sheet. You don't have any points in channel, and I assume we're not going to be rolling channel. So I think it's
I'm going to be
12.
rolling engineer. Okay.
Does that sound fair? I don't know how long Ruinera is sticking around.
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
Yes. It sounds fair. Yes, absolutely.
You can always like spend resources on it if you want. You can requisition resources for. Oh right. By the way, I forgot to at the start of downtime to do your roll for your side business.
Oh yeah.
You earn
while
your
that's
tier
happening-
1, minus your wisdom.
While that's happening, and Ruinera is examining the taint of the
The
tainted
taint.
empire.
You get you get nothing this week. I'm sorry.
The tainted empire. Bad business was bad. Leica makes his presence known, and is just kind of like sitting on a supply crate, adjacent to it. And by makes presence known, it's like he gets these weird like directional goosebumps. And Leica's just kind of like sitting there, playing with the Game Boy, and looks up when, assumedly, if Ruinera looks up, to talk to him. And if he does so, then I'll continue.
What time of day is it, do you think?
When would he be examining the Tainted Empire?
Basically all day while he's working on it.
Sometime later at night, probably maybe 10 after dinner, certainly.
So just to shelve the clipboard a little bit, he's got a he has a bunch of equipment. So just to describe what he looks like, he's got a featureless long-sleeved gray shirt and jeans that look very well upkept, and a belt that has a bunch of shit around it. And then also he has like those like the climbing gear that you wear around your waist and then up your back, and
Right.
it's and there's kind of a bungee grapple hanging from the ceiling of the hangar, and he's using that to ascend and descend and examine different parts of the Tainted Empire. You see a lot more of his actual tools right now, and as he's descending and going to jot some notes down, he notices you. He doesn't have his sunglasses on right now because he has his regular rectangular framed glasses on, and he just kind of gives you this emotionless stare for 5 to 10 seconds before saying, "Your briefing says that you're adept with technology. Pilot
Uh,
Monrad.
Yeah, I think that would be correct. Why?
He stops jotting notes down and he takes some steps over to you. He does not make himself comfortable. He does not sit down. He's just standing there now. And he says, "What do you know about Arctire's mech?"
Well, I never really gave it that much of a. I never gave it much of a look. I'm more of a software kind of person than a hardware. I don't particularly know much about engineering as much I do, programs and the more esoteric aspects of that sort of thing.
You're saying that there's little in the way of software to the Tainted Empire.
I'm saying I haven't looked at it.
Ruinera takes a step to the left so that Laika's direct vision is going past him at the Tainted Empire, and he turns his head and says, "Well, now that you are, what do you think?"
Do you have any hobbies?
Yes. I like
What?
questioning children. This is said in a pretty clearly derogatory tone.
Leica looks up from the Game Boy and puts it down. And I would like to then use broadcast. When you push yourself in addition to the normal benefits, you can do one of the following: use your mind and to instill a powerful, undirected emotion towards others. Paralyze a person with your mind or voice.
Okay.
I just noticed that the empath had that, and holy shit. As all the gestalts turn on, and then turn back off, as well as the lights.
On top of that, Orson powers on and does not turn off. And the head turns and looks at you, Laika.
Laika did not expect that, but is like, it's like sweating a little bit at that notion. What is Ruinera looking?
Are you using this to paralyze him?
Paralyze is kind of vague. Paralyze might just mean like
I
stunned.
would assume it's
don't
not
think
the
it-
medical definition of paralyzed.
I
I'm
don't think you
asking-
destroy his spine.
This is
What do
more
you-
for flavor.
Yeah, what do you want this to do to him?
I just want this to like impress upon him that like it's not just technology. And not by like Orson is not just technology. I mean the proficiency of
yeah.
Laika is not just in technology.
He says, "Even with your track record, I had underestimated you."
Well, aside from questioning children, is there anything else? I mean, we can talk about it more, when we're on like maybe more equal footing.
He thinks to himself for a second. He looks off, breaks eye contact, chews on the cap of his pen that was clipped to his belt. "No, I don't think I have any hobbies."
What have you done for like what do I my bad. To reiterate. Did you have in the most inoffensive way I can put, did you have a life before the military?
Oh boy, did he.
Kind of looks at him and is like, did you come out of a vat? And I don't say that bit.
Let
but
me
like,
look at his allies and enemies real fast.
faceless and indoctrinated. That's so good.
He says, fuck, what was his name?
He says fuck.
"At the current moment, my life is Lauren's. I intend to use it well.
Okay. Well, you don't have much to use it on right now. Well, I'm actually a little bit curious about the Tainted Empire myself. Fine. I'll help you look at it if we get to spend some quality time later.
Were you a member of PubFeed during the mission at Fort Noctena?
Which one was that? I'm not asking that out of character.
Oh, wait, in character, that's the thing. That's the thing that was that
What-
you saw.
Fort
in
Noctena.
That was the
Fort-
giant
oh,
explosion
wait.
thing with the
Oh, right,
wrestling.
no,
That was the thing
my
that was
bad.
on TV.
Well,
That's
I didn't know the name of that. Then yes. No. My bad. Then yes. Then never mind. I forgot that was an actual event. As his eyes light up and is like, that was actually a week before I enlisted.
Unfortunate. Either way, yes, your help would be appreciated. Thank you. What's that about? And he points the thumb, or not the thumb, the pen cap to the Tainted Empire's turned head, and then
Oh, I think the stone must just be, maybe a bit wasn't cooled off right, or something when I turned it on, and it has a weird mechanism or something.
several, I'm sure.
Well, yeah, every mech's got their quirks. And Leica takes a look at
I
it.
hate you.
Leica takes a look at it and tilts his head to the left, and tries to do that thing that he did, except directed solely at the Tainted Empire, with the thought that it might, with like, wait a second, is there some sort of Tom shittery going on here? And is like, I'm just gonna give it a quick examination, and I would like to roll channel to see
Wait,
to try and do
are
that.
you rolling channel or are you assisting with the downtime action that Asadano is doing?
I'm counting this as my cut loose with Ruinera.
Okay, yeah, give me
And
a
I
channel. Give me a channel fortune roll then.
Okay. That's a fun. Wow, that's an unfortunate roll.
No, I mean no, it's good information. Fuck it. I'm just gonna go. I don't even care. You all seem to think my stupid space magic bullshit is cool. Orson, in your head, says, "Where is my pilot?"
And Leica just kind of like immediately puts hands on hips, looks down, eyes wide open, and like mouth like going like like, ah, shit.
Yeah, poke the beast.
It's around this time that I think the like the hatch to the hangar, like the door opens, and Rev is coming back from a midnight ride on his bike.
Uh-oh.
And wheels it up the ramp and sees the two of you.
Can Leica respond to that?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Trying to figure that out. Also, what the fuck?
By the way,
Ruinera is seeing this and also saw Leica say, "Oh shit." And then Leica turns stone-faced at Ruinera and is like, "Yeah, it's fucking broken, dude."
I'm just gonna, yeah, I'm gonna give you guys a cohort.
And then immediately jogs out of the room.
So Ruiner doesn't have time to respond, and as soon as the bay door opens, his hand goes to the handle of the handgun on his belt. He looks, sees that it's Rev, and takes it off. Not the gun, takes the hand off.
Can I roll
Oh yeah.
for the cut loose?
Roll for gut loose.
Okay,
1d6.
Yes. Yes. Fuck you.
All right.
What? That's
Lose 3
three.
stress.
I'm back at 5, baby.
Is Ruinera's mech? Oh, sorry, I keep cutting you off.
No, sorry.
Oh
I
yeah,
was cutting you
Ruiner,
off.
would you like to describe your mech?
Yeah, right now there is a massive tarp outside because it hasn't been brought into the hangar yet. There's just a huge tarp that doesn't look like it accommodates a mech. It looks like it's been thrown over just a bunch of piles at the junkyard
Okay.
because they're all just like it feels really like it's hard to imagine a gestalt underneath it. It just looks like a bunch of piles of stuff covered by a tarp.
Man, that's so expensive. Tarp to cover that whole thing.
Yeah, that tarp has to cost like
That's fair.
$1,000
No.
alone.
No, you're right.
I'm joking. I'm making a joke for Fergus.
Yeah.
Tarps are really expensive, guys.
Can I not have a tarp?
No. You can have a tarp for it's just a running gag between Fergus and I.
Okay.
Wyatt's
alright.
voice-based quivers.
That's fine. So what's up, Rev?
Well, okay, so the mech isn't inside. Red was going to make a sassy comment. I think you still will. What do they not give you a mech or something?
My gestalt is not needed right now, nor have we been in transit.
Oh, okay. So you do have one.
It's outside.
And this one isn't it, right? He's like clearly, like aggressively.
Yeah, he picks up on this really quickly, and he takes a few steps forward and says, "Is there issue with me performing personal research, Captain Scaphander?"
Well, I just don't think Dea would appreciate it.
Despite the fact that there may be some information as to her current whereabouts. It is, after all, her gestalt.
Think she'd have information in the mech? Like what? I thought they kidnapped her.
I'm working with nothing, Revely. I'm starting the places that seem most prudent. Her gestalt is one of those places.
Yeah, no, I mean, that's a good point. Bit of a raw wound, so I apologize. Taking it out on you like that. Carry
I
on.
sense no ill intent. You lot seem to have a bit of a ritual as far as food goes. It's not disagreeable that I'm not taking part, is it?
No, I mean, we sort of just did it for the tradition. I know I've been trying to cut back on the drink lately. I guess fried wings, not the healthiest. It's all right. We'll think of something else.
I recommend seltzer.
Seltzer. Okay, my mom always drank seltzer.
I'm
guess
sure
it's a-
she was a fine woman.
Yeah, Rev kind of does like a bewildered scowl. He's like, yeah, she was. Thanks. Very fine woman.
Has she passed?
No. She's still alive unless she had some time in the past couple
This
of months.
is the first time you actually get some confusion on his face, as he was like, she wasn't a nice lady? Okay.
No,
Doesn't
she
push it,
was. Yeah, no, I don't know. Not used to my mom getting compliments from strangers, but I'm sure she'd be happy to hear that you said that.
Pilot monorail. mentioned that he was not a member of the Devil's Indentured during the operation at Fort Noctana. This is correct?
Yeah, that's right. I think the little cubba was so impressed by our performance on that mission that he enlisted right away.
Interesting. Seeing as how you were there, did you notice any strange behaviors coming from any of your allies, particularly Arctire?
I mean,
Can I like out of character draw your attention to a specific occurrence?
sure.
Adea was the one that proposed to phone in to Uso.
Oh, like to evacuate everyone?
Yes.
Okay.
Rhaenyra is clearly poking around.
I don't think Rev is can pick up on that as strange. Because he was sketched out too, so I think he has put that away in his brain as being a normal yeah, we should warn them before possibly throwing a war crime at a base. So I don't think Rev's just strange. Well, with all due respect, that's a very relatively used term around here. Day and Eliza are always acting kind of strange, but that day, not more than normal. But I guess I'll think about it.
How tall is Rev?
I was 6 foot even.
Okay, so you're both
Yeah.
you're both definitely on the taller side, just looking at each other in the face. And Rhaenyra definitely seems like the kind of guy who usually isn't looking at someone in the face just because he's taller than most of the people he works with.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess the light hits his face in a certain way. It exacerbates the longness and thickness of his eyelashes or his hazel brown eyes, slick backed hair. That in combination with the kind of drabness yet professional looking cut to his clothes. It's like you're talking to a scalpel. And he continues by saying, if there is something particularly strange about Eliza, perhaps she can answer my questions. I hope you had a productive outing, Captain Scaphander.
Yeah, I did. I'll bring it up to her. Maybe she'll have something to say about it.
Do you know how to turn that off? And he gestures to the Tainted Empire.
What? At Dave's Mech? Yeah, of course. He totally doesn't. But
Then I will leave you. And he leaves the hangar.
okay. I don't know if Rev actually figures it out or he just
no, I
fucks
don't think
around.
Rev does.
Probably
Hey,
not.
Eric, what would you say Orson's edges and flaws would be?
Oh boy. Uh-oh. Give me something to work with here. I've never made a cohort.
So an edge is just a thing that's is admirable about the what are his pros and cons?
And we need this information for this scene, right?
No. If you don't have anything, I was mostly asking
come
you
up with
that
them
to be
later.
dramatic. Because you have now gained Orson as a specialist cohort.
Yeah, I
the
have
thing
no
that he's
idea.
good at is destroying gestalts.
If we were at the end of the session, I would love 5 minutes of Orson trying to guide Rev through how to turn him off.
I don't think Orson wants to be turned off.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
Orson's kind of horny.
I think. Shut up. Orson is staying in low power mode because the fuel is expensive, etc. And he understands that to be on is to like slowly drain. But he would like to be turned up. He would like to, he would like to exist right now.
He's a little on guard.
Well, he also
Okay.
has some stuff to think about.
So I'm rolling for the downtime action now?
Oh, wait, hold on. Did Leica get a chance to answer Orson?
I did a while ago.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he was just like, what the fuck?
Yeah, right. Okay, right. Yeah, but he didn't actually answer Orson's question.
Said working on it.
Oh, right. Okay, sorry. Yeah, you just get like a feeling of
Yeah, Eliza sees Lyca like no longer jogging, walk past, looking pale as a ghost.
I was gonna mention that Eliza is not currently in pub feed.
All right, Eliza doesn't do that.
Pub feed is close to a actual base, right?
you are in Fort Calais. That is your base of operations.
Okay. Does Fort Calais, does it have its own bar? Just wondering.
Oh yeah.
Okay. That's where she's gonna be.
Okay.
She
it
wanted-
has, Fort Calais has like, as I've described before, it has like a not suburb. It has like a downtown. It
Yeah.
has like apartment buildings and shops and stuff.
Yeah, so she's gonna be at like basically her favorite bar, and I'm setting this up for like her next downtime action. Is that where she's at? Anyway, continuing.
What's the roll? Long-term project.
Oh yeah, engineer, right?
Yes. Do I just roll engineer? Why, if you're talking, we can hear you. Okay.
Yes, just roll engineer.
All right.
Sorry, I was typing to in the chat to Stuart.
Ding, ding, ding.
Okay, so that's 2 ticks. You know how to put a
Yep.
long-term project on your sheet, I would
It
assume.
happened. It happened.
Excellent. Also, yes, I don't think 54% is passing grade. Did Leica cut loose? That was you've only used 1 downtime action, right? Leica?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm adding my beliefs with Funny Ma'am.
Just looking at people. Man, you guys took no. You all took no damage. The only like
Yeah.
actual upkeep that needs to be done is on Eliza's mech.
I have a stupid question, Wyatt.
Yeah.
If they're canceling Haraeth on account of sick,
Yeah.
can we finish this downtime?
That's what. Yes, that's why I am trying to figure this out like now.
Yes.
Whether or not we were playing, we can still go for a little bit longer because Haraeth starts at 4, starts in 40 minutes.
True.
So
True.
if Haraeth is playing, I would like some buffer time, but we can go for a little bit longer if they are playing.
Cool.
Anybody else want to take a downtime action?
I do.
Does Fergus want to roll the cut loose dice?
I already did.
I didn't see them.
That's cool.
I think 5 is his cut loose.
No, it's actually 3.
3. Okay.
It's the latest roll.
Oh, yep. I am anti-mind. All right. What you doing, Eliza?
So at Fort Knocht, wasn't it?
Fort
Noctane-
Knox. It's Fort Callan, or Fort Callan.
Fort Noctana is dust and ashes and stone.
I'm having a mom brain. I'm
It's
sorry.
okay. Fort
You know-
Noctana is gone.
You know I accidentally get names mixed up.
That is fine.
But anyway, yeah, she's at like the local bar in the downtown, and she's actually called Uso to meet her here.
Cool. Yeah, I was thinking of bringing Uso in if no one brought him up. I think Uso Uso's not in the clear in terms of like people. There are still people in investigative positions that are suspicious about his involvement in the Fort Noctana fiasco. But he is fine, and he is here, and he's watching his back, but he's still on the payroll.
Yeah. So does he show up?
Yeah, definitely. Can you give me a brief moment to go to the washroom, though, before we do this?
Okay.
Ooh, same.
We should invite Neil. Well, I'm gonna go get a drink or something.
I'm back. Peter, are you here? I'll take that as a no.
Hi.
Hi.
By the way, I found, I believe, let me double check. Yeah, I found exactly the like anime character I have been picturing Uso looks like. Which is just a character with the most incredible name, Steven Starphase from Blood Blockade Battlefront. Let me pull up an image of this guy. Do.
Why did you drink 1,000 Red Bulls in a month? Why is it the Joker?
I don't know. I just saw the article. I just thought it was funny.
Peter, I was just saying, I finally realized the anime character I've been picturing Uso looking like.
Oh,
which
Uso?
is this guy I just
Okay.
posted in the chat, Steven
Yeah, the
Starface.
tiny little, that itty bitty 18 pixel JPEG.
Oh, why is it so small? That's really weird. I will post a larger version in the Discord.
It's okay. I think we got it.
Yeah, I know. So yeah, he's here. I think
Spike Spiegel.
I guess he definitely has Spike Spiegel legs. I did describe him as like a Blade Runner-esque action hero, which like is also within Spike Spiegel's purveyance.
Oh, I love that.
Anyway, he is here at the bar. I think he's already had a couple shots before you got here.
So Liz comes into the bar and she sees him already here, and she pauses and then she kind of smiles down at herself. Is like, I thought to catch you first, but
Oh, you're
she
here.
heads over and sits down right next to him. Taps her fingers on the counter for a shot of whiskey or a
Bartender
glass
gives
of
you-
it.
Wait, how does Eliza drink her whiskey? I don't think we've had this conversation.
Straight.
Damn, straight.
She
Liza doesn't seem like a whiskey straight to you.
I don't think
Actually,
Eliza
yeah.
seems straight at all to me. Sorry, I couldn't resist. I actually don't know if that's true. I just know other Elizas have not been.
she drinks it neat on the rocks.
Yeah, right. The bartender gives you that, and so like does a little nod.
So she says, like, I thought to catch you here. What do you say in response?
Shoot. Yeah, right. He looks at you, and is like, yeah. Wait. Sorry, real quick. Did you not arrange this meeting? You were just hoping you would run into him?
She arranged it.
Just to be
She
clear.
just
Okay.
thought that she would get here ahead of time, but she was
Yeah.
already.
He grins a little and says, I like to be early to things. Maybe a little too early this time around, though. I think he's wearing, like, jeans and a leather jacket and a band tee.
She's got like she's got kind of like a military coat and military slops, and she's got like a scarf over the coat.
Nice.
I don't actually know how cold it is.
Yeah, I was trying to remember when I was in the shower earlier what season it is. I think we started in... I know we started playing the game in late summer, but I don't remember seasonally if the game also started in late summer.
We did just do a thing with snow.
Yeah, that was in the mountains, though.
It's a good segue.
Yeah, I don't know. It's like late fall right now. I like if it's like late fall in this game also. The fun thing about like downtime skipping ahead a week is that like we kind of
can go with Earth
maintain the
time.
seasonal schedule in our own lives.
It's fall.
So anyway,
Autumn.
So she's just staring at the bar back as she nurses her glass of whiskey. Doesn't say anything for a good while, and then finally she speaks up and says, she kind of gets right down to the point. It's like, so we have a new comrade at the base.
yeah, I heard about what happened to Medea. It sucks. I'm sorry. And they replaced her that quick, huh?
I've been doing a little bit of my own poking around on the side. I don't think this is so clear cut as a kidnapping. Too convenient. Too tidy.
You should think she's working with the enemy? He says this like real quiet.
She kind of like, her breath just sort of catches in her voice as she pauses, and that's kind of like probably something that she'd been a possibility she'd been considering, but having it just thrown out there, like,
Once he says that, he like winces a little bit and says, "Sorry, this is why I don't usually drink. Bad for a spy to have loose lips."
she takes another sip and she says, "I guess we can't really disavow that possibility, huh?"
I worked under Constant for a while. They can be... They're real crafty, I'll say that. I could see them planning something.
She swivels her eyes towards Uso and she's like, "What are you planning to do now that you're, kind of off the hook?"
He winces a little and says about that. "I think they might be on to me, Eliza. About the whole, he makes a little, like a phone, gesture with his hand.
She kind of looks down and feels a bit of remorse. And it's a weird sort of mixed feeling because, like, if she didn't make that call, he wouldn't have survived the base. But at the same time, it's like either, he
gets that, and he says, he like holds up a hand. It's like, "I'm not blaming you. I'm kind of fucked either way. At least this way I get the chance to, this way feels a little bit more survivable. I don't think they'd kill me anyway, just like, I'm warning you that I may have to, if they take me in, I might not be able to keep your involvement secret."
She looks into her glass for another long while, just sort of pausing as she's thinking things over, and she's like, "Yeah, about that. I called you here because that's something I wanted to talk about."
I'm all ears.
She looks up at Uso and very dead on, out of the corner of her eyes, and says, "I'm wondering if I shouldn't just turn myself in."
He like sucks in air through his teeth and says, "What would that solve?"
I take the blame, and the indentured can continue to fight the good fight.
Is the fight good?
She doesn't say it, but her expression does read that no, it's not good. It's a dirty, fucked up, twisted mess of a fight with no real clear answers. And I've been wondering why I'm fighting it.
Yeah.
For
Every
money.
does at one point. I joined up because I thought I'd be, I don't know, it seemed glamorous being a spy. Turns out it's mostly just lying to people you end up caring about and doing paperwork.
She takes a big swig from her whiskey, taps the glass down pretty firm. I need to get to the bottom of who gave us that warhead.
You want help?
I mean, she kind of swivels towards Uso and is like, well, I mean, I don't know. At the same time, I've put your life enough at risk, and this, if you don't want to get involved in it, I totally understand.
I'm not gonna be able to hide for much longer.
Just promise me you'll be careful, right?
He smiles a little and says, "Yeah, sure. And anyway, you did save my ass back there. I do owe you."
She looks back and she kind of remembers her first meeting with Uso, where the two got into like a bar fight and it was over a misunderstanding. And, ruminating on that brings a smile to her face. I guess if you're gonna do that, I'm gonna keep doing what I can do best. We'll keep in touch, okay?
Yeah.
Is this a long-term project?
This is continuing the one you're already doing, right?
Yeah, she's trying to investigate. She has a clock somewhere where she's trying to investigate who set them up the bomb.
Literally. Oh, you're right, yeah. He, like, before you go, he says, "Who's the new person they got to replace Medea?"
She kind of like,
Oh, can Uso know about his backstory?
Uh-huh.
All right.
They work for the same organization. They're both intelligence operatives.
he's the technician, so, Runera, I can't pronounce that last name.
Acedato.
Runera Acedato. I
His
don't know what.
eyes open wide. And he's like, "Shit, Eliza, that's... I know that guy. He's like me. He's a spy. That he like rubs his temples and says, "Oh, they're getting even closer than I thought they were. Eliza, you might be... Watch your back, okay? Don't... I'm sure you weren't gonna trust this guy, but don't trust this guy."
Don't tell him more than he needs to know.
He looks side to side and leans in real close and says, "If you get the chance to, the best way to dispose of a mole in your squad is to make sure they suffer an accident out on the field. If you go on a mission together, it's easy for someone to end up in the line of fire, you know?"
She pauses and considers those words very carefully. There's a very cold expression on her face as he whispers this to her. We'll make sure it gets handled.
He
Don't worry about me.
does like one of those slow nods where you close your eyes, you know, and then like raises his glass to chink it against yours.
She chinks it against his, and then she kills the glass.
Yeah, same.
And then she probably,
Okay, go on.
by the way,
Thank you all for indulging me in this spy bullshit. I love it. It's great.
I love a bar scene straight out like an adult anime like that.
That's great.
You know, one of your big boy animes. You don't see this sort of thing in Yu-Gi-Oh! GX. Anyway, but yeah, she heads back to Pub Feed after her and Uso have their little chat about things. I guess this progresses the clock.
Yeah. Were you? What is this? What is this roll? I think this is probably consort, because you're getting a friend to help you, basically.
Yeah.
So roll this with 3d6, because Uso's good at his job, and we'll give you an extra dice.
Cool.
Extra die. Hey, that's a
Sick.
6!
Nice.
Is this on... Where'd your project go?
I don't know.
Oh, crap. Did you delete it?
I don't think.
Alright, I'll look at the history of the thing.
Maybe it just never got put down. I don't know.
I swear you... I'm gonna have to go scrub through the VODs. It's fine. For now, write it down and mark down that you have 3 ticks in it. Don't write down how many you need. Don't write down anyone else, anything else. I'll scrub through later.
Investigate the black suited men with the mysterious warhead. Oh, who?
Maybe just like parse the state unseen's motivations.
Yeah. Parse the invest. I'm just gonna put investigate.
Don't worry about it. We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out later.
There we go. Investigate the state unseen.
This
Yeah.
is probably where we stop if we don't know if Stuart's ready or not.
Yeah, I am just assuming no, considering like he hasn't responded in the past like 20 minutes.
You should, at the very least, put that in writing.
Yeah.
Well, he's just finally got back online, I think.
Last call.
He's been on his phone as I've been tabbing in.
Oh.
Ugh.
I've been using this Note app to just fucking use as a reminder for a bunch of different phonetic inflections that I need to practice.
Erica's just gonna come to us next week and he's just gonna be full Slav.
It's not supposed to be Slav. It's supposed to be Latino.
It sounds
Oh.
Russian to me.
Yeah, it sounded
Wow,
like
that's
Transylvanian when you.
Well,
Yeah,
like
no,
I
it really.
Interesting.
That
Needs
sounded
to work
Germanic.
on.
No, the like Latino part came through a few times for me. I could like pick up on it.
I believe
I
in
think
your
it's
power
coming
to
along.
do it. I just like it's not what I thought you were going for initially.
It's a hard one to pull off, that's for sure. Like, but
I was gonna say like
props.
I could do XP, but also we're not. If we keep going, there could be more chances. I guess you know what I will do XP right now, and then if we keep going, I'll do like if anyone did anything that would like add an extra XP, we can do that. So,
You guys need to add beliefs with Ruinera, by the way.
yes.
I did.
I know, like I did, but nobody else did.
Okay.
Runeira
Squad
stuff
XP.
sauce.
Fix off against challenges but pig right now. Execute to operate now. Bolster your squad's reputation. Develop a new one. I think your squad's reputation is being bolstered of the fact that you're a big enough deal to be infiltrated by a CIA agent, basically.
yeah.
Fed.
Fed.
Express the goals in your conflict or essential to the squad. Yeah, just everything to do with everything, like, pre-Eliza leaving.
Pre-Adea.
In fact,
leaving.
I'm gonna give... Oh my god, well, I'm never gonna stop. I'm never gonna stop.
Wait, Stuart. Hi.
Good to know.
Oh, hi.
Are you alive? Are you among the living?
You know, mostly.
Are we playing?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, alright, okay. I'll survive.
Unless Wyatt like Barton like all his stuff, you know, that's
No, it's fine. I can do it. Don't worry about it. I guess we'll finish downtime next time, guys.
No problem.
Couldn't finish a downtime in 3 hours.
Well, it was a lot of stuff.
It was, yeah.
Okay. Dea, you addressed. This is the last time Dea gets XP for a while. I'm just gonna give you 2. I think you expressed your history tragedy opening quite thoroughly. Actually, did you struggle because of any of your beliefs? Do you think?
Yeah, she's having a hard time with the whole thing. Like she is basically betraying everyone else.
Yeah, Revely's got a whole lot of scars. Slight distrust. You know what? You didn't... Just because of, like, that conversation, I'll say, like, not... You didn't tell Eliza what you were doing either, but you, like, hinted more at it with Eliza, whereas, like, not for Rev. And you chose to cut loose with Eliza and not Rev. So I think that counts as, like, struggling with your beliefs with Rev. That seems right to everyone, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Wait.
What's up?
I'm so sorry.
Uh-huh.
I was looking up those Wojaks earlier, right?
Oh, okay.
And
Can
I
you
looked
not?
at-
Can
Yeah,
you
we
not?
need
Please
to
don't.
get
We're
rid of it.
finishing.
I am, yeah.
Alright, my
you
bad.
addressed a challenge with notoriety or camaraderie. Eliza actually did address a challenge with camaraderie, with, like, getting Uso to help her with her investigations. Express your history treasure opening. Yes. That's 3 XP for Eliza. Rev.
And how?
Yeah. Rev, you not addressed a challenge with stealth or evasion. You read the book, it's history tragedy, and you're like, there was another thing with the stuff with the Dea before you left.
There was the protection joke.
Yes, right. Yes,
History.
I said you were getting XP for that. Okay. Leica. Just a challenge with knowledge or digital power. Digital power, yes. You express your history tragedy or opening. Yes.
Generally, I think, but I don't know if that counts.
There's your hacked Game Boy. There was like a thing you said.
I don't know. I generally did a lot of just vague things that related to. I don't know. You don't have to give me the XP, because I can't remember. There's no biggie.
Okay. Does anyone else want to speak up for Leica? I feel like there was a thing.
Yeah,
What did?
Like-
Leica did a bunch of stuff with the electrical like training equipment.
Oh yeah, that's true. I'll give you one for that.
Also, I like kind of addressed a challenge with knowledge or
Oh
digital
yeah.
power.
I gave him one for that.
Oh, okay. Yeah, sure.
Oh, your EXP stuff is in a different place on your character sheet, Eric. Where is it?
Bottom right.
Bottom right. Oh yeah, there it is. You address a challenge to technical skill or mayhem. Yes, technical skill. You express your history tragedy or opening. Yes to history. And I have no hobbies. Yeah, so that's 3 for you as well. Okay, I get a 10-minute break. There's not gonna be an intro for the Huria session. Sorry.
I'm gonna real quick tally out everything that is on Ruinera's sheet with the 20 XP you gave me, in addition to
Okay.
everything else that he gets from the playbook. to make sure that everything is as it should be.
That one's recording. Good night, YouTube.